Hi, I'm Jack Draper. Shout out to QualityShot Tennis.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have a really exciting video today, and we're partnering with Beyond Tennis for a new segment on the channel. It's all about tennis analytics using data and statistics to back up a hypothesis or theory. And they have an Instagram page, a Twitter page, and also a TikTok platform as well. So do check them out. I'll put the link to the channel or their platform even in the description of this video as well. We're going to be partnering with them on very interesting topics going forward. And the first one today is a great topic to talk about, especially after Daniel Medvedev recently said that he wished all tournaments were played on hard courts. And so we're going to be getting into Daniel Medvedev and what makes him a hard court specialist. And we're going to be using stats and data to look at what makes him so good on the surface and whether that actually backs up as well, say, my thoughts personally on why he's so good on the surface and what that could mean as well for the rest of the field. It's going to be interesting to get into, so I can't wait to delve into it. Before we do, though, remember to that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and also do leave a rating or review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Thank you to all our members, as always. Really greatly appreciated, of course, your support. And 80% of you are still not subscribed. Please do, helps us out. Hit that red button, the subscribe button, the bell button to get notified. And it's quick, it's free, it's easy, doesn't cost you anything, and just helps with the algorithm. Thank you. Let's get into it then. Okay, so you can see here some really, really interesting stats. And the first one is serve on hard court. So what Beyond Tennis have done here is they've created an index measuring the strength of the serve for the top 100 players on tour. So this was really interesting to me personally, because I always talk about for those of you who have watched the channel before, in a few of my videos I talked about the servers or the top 5 servers on tour. Now, on all surfaces, to be honest, this is on hard court, so take it with a pinch of salt, I guess, when I say about top servers on tour. They're my top 5 servers on tour, but I say Isner, Kyrgios, Berrettini, Opelka, and Hurkacz, I think, were my top 5. Now, interestingly, Opelka's on this list. Opelka's not on this list. However, the 4 out of the 5 that I did say are on the list. Isner, you can see there. So Isner looks like he's 1. He's the index, basically, of strength. So Isner is 1, and then after that you've got Kyrgios at 0.75, Berrettini at around 0.6 or 0.55, Hurkacz about the same as well. Fritz is at 0.5, and then you've got Cressy, Struff, Eubanks, Tsitsipas, and Medvedev. Tsitsipas and Medvedev equal right at the end there. So Medvedev is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's the 10th best server on hard court. So that's not in line with his ranking as a player. So that might be surprising to some. His first serve is very, very good, but it just seems like there's some other players on tour who have even better serves. So his serve is clearly some sort of strength, but it's not what makes him the animal that he is on hard courts. Using this metric as well, using the stats that have been put together here, which is really intriguing. The average, by the way, for the top 100 in terms of serve index is around, by the looks of it, 0.3. So all of these top 10 players, of course, on hard court for serving anyway, they're all above that metric. So this is when it gets interesting, because we start talking about Medvedev's return. I feel this is the real big factor that sets him apart from a lot of the players on tour. Now, there's been massive question marks around him and his deep return position, and is it going to potentially be harmful for him longer term, because people have been serving and volleying a lot and trying to exploit a perceived weakness in that deep return position that Medvedev has. Now, there's some massive positives in the fact that he's able to take the ball later, he's able to take bigger swings of the ball, gives himself more time, makes more returns, but also means that he opens up angles and the serve volley, for example, as well. But this is a really, really interesting few stats to put together. So you can see here, median returns 0.1. So that's an average of return points 1. 41.7% is Medvedev's figure there. Only Murray and Djokovic have achieved a better value. So the only two players on tour with a higher average return points one figure, which is astounding. So he's third on that list. Average aces conceded per match is at 4. So he only concedes on average 4 aces per match as a returner. That's the best on tour, equal to Alcaraz. So alongside Alcaraz, he has the best stat when it comes to only conceding 4 aces per match. So you can see here as well, they've put Medvedev is probably the most balanced player between serve and return. That's probably right, to be honest with you, because you can see Murray and Djokovic are not on that top 10 server list. Now, Djokovic is not too far off, you'd imagine. Alcaraz is a fantastic returner at times, but his serve still, you can see he's not on that list. And also, he's a little bit far off, I think, in terms of being an elite server. So Medvedev has that great balance of being a fantastic server, but he's an even better returner. But he's top 10 in both, which is really impressive. Now, this is where you start talking about how clinical players are and also how well they adapt to playing against the top players and top servers on tour. And this is a good indicator of how good a returner Medvedev is and how well he deals with top servers or big servers. So wins against top servers on hard court. This is really intriguing. Medvedev, 84% is his win percentage against big servers or top servers. Djokovic at 83%, Nadal at 76%. So Djokovic really close behind, but Medvedev still tops the list, which is really impressive. All other top 15 players have a percentage that is less than 70%. So it just shows that himself and Djokovic are really well above the rest of the pack. Nadal is kind of in between at 76%, and the rest all below 70. So Medvedev and Djokovic are in a league of their own there. The features of top servers, so you can see here aces. So talking about, of course, the average aces and versus the top 10, they're averaging, over a 10, 11 aces per match versus Medvedev. We said it was around 4 points. Well, I guess this is Medvedev, even versus the top servers. So we're talking about the top 10 servers that we noted earlier. So he's actually at 6 aces conceded per match by the looks of it. 11, though, is the average for the rest of the top 100. Points 1 on first serve. So that's return points 1 on the first serve. Versus top 100. So around 70%, nearly 80%. Medvedev, or it looks like it's at 80% actually, versus Medvedev, it's at 70%, so 10% decrease. So very impressive as well, and just highlighting the fact that he's such a good returner when it comes to the hard court surface. So those are just a little bit of the stats, and let me know your thoughts as well. Did you find it intriguing? Did you find it interesting? What type of stats would you like to see for either players or tournaments going forward as well? And we can see what we can do in putting them together as well. And let me know as well what type of plays you might be interested in looking at as well. But it can be very specific types. So there's other videos that I'm going to release as well on data that have been put together by the platform. It's a really, really interesting platform. So I do recommend checking it out. And as you can see, it's on the screen there, Beyond Tennis, Tennis Stats. They're on Twitter and Instagram and also TikTok as well. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. And just a quick example of why Medvedev is so good on the hard courts. And unfortunately for him, not all surfaces for all tournaments are going to be hard court, but it just shows and highlights that surface is one where he really feels at home. Now, the question is going to be, can he carry through those stats to the grass, where you'd probably expect him to be able to do something, and then even onto the clay, where he's made a quarterfinal of Roland Garros before. We'll see. But for now, anyway, he still remains a phenomenon on the hard court, of course, making 4 out of his last 5 finals as well, including an incredible Miami win. So Medvedev marches on, and these stats back up how well he's been playing on the hard courts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll see you later.